Back. Centennial Kickoff 12. You just took a look at Juniata football last season. We're joined by Coach Tim Launtz. Coach, thanks for being here. Another season ready to go. Excited?
Yes, sir, Mike. Looking forward to it.
An emotional end to last season. I think we got to start right there. I don't know, maybe you're tired of talking about it, or maybe you'll never get tired of talking about it. There was so much going into that last game against Susquehanna, kind of a regional rival, winless on the season, and your guys put all that kind of energy and heart and got that victory in a dramatic way, right?
Well, yes, and you know, down 13-0 at the half, come back, go up 14-13, get down 16-14 with 2 minutes to go, and come back and kick a field goal. But I think the most important thing about that is, you know, when you're 0-9, you got about a zillion reasons why you could call that one in. And one of the things that we ask our kids in our first season there is to never give up and to constantly improve. And I think that that showed that they were listening by what occurred against Susquehanna. And of course, you know, it's just great momentum into the off season. And gosh, it's a rivalry, and that's one you want to have.
It's true. Rivalry wins count for more than one.
I mean, you know, Susquehanna, Coach Briggs, very well coached football team, and so it's a very good rivalry since 1952, playing for the Goalpost Trophy.
And we just heard him. He was in here just before you, and he giving your team plenty of kudos, saying they were winless going into that game, but there's no reason to say they were the worst team in the conference in the way they're coached and the way they play. So to hear maybe one of your counterparts say that, what does that say about your squad going into a game like that?
Well, it shows that the things that the intrinsic values that we have in our program are coming through, that our kids are buying into them, and one of those you know, is to be enthusiastic and to, you know, stay the course. Part of the process is that, you know, hard work, preparation, and effort pays off, and it shows. It showed with that. We didn't settle for mediocrity that day. We went out and tried to strive for some excellence.
And this conference, top to bottom, is so tight. It can happen to anybody any week. You can get anybody any week. Let's talk about your team this year moving forward. You know the momentum coming out of that game. Like you said, being a rivalry, they've got to be hitting the weights extra hard. They've got to be gearing up for camp. Tell us about Ward. I got a soft spot for anybody named Ward. Ward happens to be my middle name. So when I saw a guy who goes by Ward, I thought that's a good guy for me. How's your quarterback doing?
Well, Wardynski. You know, last year Ward was thrown into a fire. I mean, as a freshman, it's tough for any freshman to make the adjustment from high school to college. But Ward basically is he's a bass drummer in the violin section of the orchestra. I mean, he's just a genuine football player. You know, a lot of people, you know, when I say about being in the violins, they feel quarterback's a very sophisticated position and everything. And Ward is just a good old-fashioned, put your head down type young man. Excels in the classroom, excels in the field, very respected by his teammates. He's a genuine leader. And gosh, you know, hopefully we've surrounded Ward with some more weapons this year that he won't have to carry as much as a load. But if he does, we feel good about it.
Sometimes experience is overlooked, and actually Coach Briggs was talking about experience gets a little too much excitement or too much hype. But for you guys, from what those guys had to go through last year with those losses, bringing back 8 starters on each side of the ball, you've got to know that they're heading their heart in the right place and they know how to dig it out in the trenches. Oh,
that's one of the things that I don't talk about winning with our football team, and they know that. We talk about the process, and as long as we're doing the things that we need to do, winning will take care of itself. And I really believe our team has bought into it in the approach that we're taking. One of the things we had to do last year as a first-year staff is we had to change an attitude. And we really believe that that attitude has changed in terms of we won the last game, but it's 0-0 starting September 1st. You know what I mean? We can use that as momentum, but nobody's going to roll over for us. We have to show up and play every Saturday.
You've got some good leaders on this team, some guys who know how to get it done. Tell us a little bit about Kevin Gorman. He's turning into one of the top, on paper, the top linebackers in the conference.
Gosh, Kevin Gorman. You know, I referred to Ward as just a genuine football player. Yeah. I mean, I should probably in the dictionary under genuine football player, there's probably a picture of Kevin Gorman. Kevin Gorman is just one has phenomenal football IQ. Is the leader of our defense. Probably knows what every young man on our team should be doing defensively, and he's just a downhill type run stopper, very enthusiastic, plays with great passion. Kevin, we even played Kevin a little bit near the end of the year, tailback in short yardage situations, because he's just a type young man. He's going to get you that. He's going to do everything he can to get you that yard.
Sounds like a coach's dream. Kind of guy does everything you want him to do. Team leader.
Absolutely, and probably one of the biggest pranksters on our football team. So, and that you got to enjoy that about him too.
I don't know. It sounds like this guy's already lined himself up for a graduate assistant's job or something at least.
We'd take him in a heartbeat. He can do that.
How about on offense? Julian comes to mind as a guy who can be a favorite target, at least somebody that the other teams have got to be aware of.
Julian Valseri is a upstanding Juniata man. Julian creates a lot of coverage mismatches because he's 6'4", he runs well, and Julian, when the ball's in the air, I mean, it belongs to him. He will do everything he can to make that catch, and we're very fortunate. Matter of fact, it's going to be a tough year, because I've coached Julian now for 3 years, and I'm going to miss him when he leaves Juniata.
Still kind of the new guys in the conference compared to well, some of these guys have been here for 100+ years, it seems like. But what impresses you most about this group of teams week in and week out, about the style of play or just the football in general in the Centennial?
I told Jim Margraf today, other than John Hopkins' roster, which is pretty impressive, but no, the Centennial, what a great competitive environment for us to be in, to be associated with the academic schools that are in this league. That's what we feel that we are at Juniata College. It's a great game day environment. The venues that we get to play at are fantastic. You know, the Centennial is true student athletes playing real football, and I think that people don't understand or realize what Division III football. You know, people always say, Coach, wouldn't you like to be in a major college or play major college football? Well, gosh darn it, this is major football for us and for our Juniata men. So the Centennial has been a very good league to play in for us.
For the Juniata folks out there tuning in today who's saying, man, I sure hope this year we can win a few more games, sell me on this year's bunch. What are you guys doing that are really going to make this a more competitive year for you guys?
Well, we have some more experience. We have some areas that that we have some concerns that will have to mature real quick, and that will determine our success. But this team has a very good attitude. We always tell our kids, when I'm dealt a blow, I will not shatter like a brick or like a hammer striking a brick. I will be strong, and that's what we'll do. We, just as we've learned to deal with adversity, we need to learn how to deal with success. So, gosh, we're looking forward to that opportunity. But it's about the process. It's about the journey, and we just need to constantly improve and strive for that, and we'll be okay.
Well said. What are we not talking about? What do we not know about your team that we should be aware of going into this season? Anything come to mind? The floor is yours.
Well, I mean, we have 75 players on our squad, which is probably one of the smaller squads in the Centennial. But in terms of upperclassmen, only 23 of them are upperclassmen. So we're still a program that is young, and we have a lot of room for improvement. And we have, out of those 23 guys that are upperclassmen, they provide great leadership, and we're looking forward to another year of Centennial football.
Sounds good to me.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here, Coach. Really appreciate it. Coach Tim Launtz from Juniata, getting ready to start camp here in just a couple of days. Send your questions to us. CC Kickoff 12 is the hashtag CC Kickoff 12 on the Twitter, and ask your questions. Get in here as these guys are making the rounds at Centennial Media Kickoff 2012. Coach, thanks very much.
Thank you.